evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to coverage of the L-TAC Cup Series presented by Sound Art Design as we get ready for 200 miles around the 1.5-mile Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is, of course, the next round of the L-TAC Cup Series every Friday night on your home for sim racing, iRacing on LSRTV. I'm filling in tonight on play-by-play. My name is Wesley Outland. Joined alongside is, of course, Zachary Taylor. And Zachary, I'll tell you what, with Mason Heimbaugh on productions, we're looking forward to this race, the L-TAC Cup Series. You follow them frequently on Friday night. Obviously, the story, the traveling virtual circus now comes to Las Vegas. This will be an exciting race this evening.
Absolutely, it will. And these guys, they got challenged last week at Auto Club. It was a very tough racetrack, very hot conditions. That track was slick, and expect the same tonight. The track is under the lights tonight, though. We are night racing tonight, Wesley. And that means that the speeds are going to be up. I cannot wait to spend my Friday night once again with the Tucson Sound Art Cup Series.
Qualifying is ongoing right now. They're not wasting any time to get things started. And Austin Gaccosoni out of Rhode Island is ready to go. Of course, Rhode Island, a special place in my heart because that's where my mom is from, Providence, Rhode Island. And understanding that Austin, the driver, is making his debut race tonight in that number 16 Chevrolet. So we'll see what he can do. Obviously, we're watching qualifying. And Zachary, this is our first time working together in the booth, bud. What is your take of what you think of the new next-gen car for iRacing?
Yeah, absolutely. This thing is extremely difficult, extremely hard to control. It's all about, we're no longer aero dependent whenever it comes to these cars. We have the composite bodies on here, bodies that they can take a beating. I mean, these things are tanks now. So it's a really interesting car, very driver dependent, very tough to drive, very loose. It's something that brought the talent back into the Cup Series.
Watching these guys working their way around the racetrack. Of course, he's making his debut. There's Jeremy Berger. Some more drivers on course with qualifying. We're excited to have them here as our timing and scoring is updating for me, at least. Hello, there he goes. Good field of cars, at least close to 20 entries. And right now, Grant Peterson, the fast man. Connor LaFrance right there, 30-43, 30-43. These drivers right now 1 and 2 in qualifying as we now watch this driver work his way around the racetrack. That's the Catman, James Vining in the 333. We know him a lot from the Northwest as well. He's now running in the L-TAC Cup Series. Of course, Nolan Rimple has done a fine job with this program where it's been the last couple of years, and we're excited to have it on iRacing on LSRTV as the 333 works his way around the racetrack. And no, Zachary, that's not Phoenix, Arizona's Alex Bowman, though the car looks a lot like it when he picked up the win last week at Las Vegas. That is, of course, the Ally Financial number 48 machine of Matt Rucci making his way around the racetrack in that Chevrolet Camaro, very mimicking of the Kendrick Motorsports entry.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like the real-life counterpart of that car, he did win the race last week at Auto Club. Matt Rucci, the likes of Matt Rucci did. So much like he has the likes of Alex Bowman, maybe he can carry Alex Bowman's luck over and win, do a little bit of gambling here in Las Vegas. As it looks like the number 9 car here is going to hit pit road under his qualifying attempt. That's interesting.
Anthony Musati on the racetrack there in the 49 machine. There you see him right there in the Chevrolet, working his way around the racetrack. 1.5 miles here at the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway as these drivers get ready to wrap them up here. A Friday night. I'm available on this Friday night. Didn't have any other broadcast obligations. Of course, it's a gloomy, rainy day in the mid-Atlantic southeast of the Carolinas. And Zachary, if I remember correctly, I think you are in Virginia, right? Aren't you close to Motor Miles Speedway? I know they fired up their season opener last week in Radford, Virginia.
Yeah, absolutely. I am. I'm about an hour and a half from Motor Mile Speedway. Work on a couple late models there at Motor Mile. So we obviously fired off our season last Saturday as well with a 7th place and an 8th place, I believe it was. Not bad to roll a brand new body, brand new chassis off the truck with no previous practice.
Yeah, suffice to say, racing season here again in full swing as Anthony Musati on the qualifying ticker. You see him back in the 11th spot right now. Can he be quicker? 32.46 is the pole. And right now, Anthony Musati in that 49 machine, right now in the 11th spot. Rucci at the top of the board. Matt Rucci in the 48 machine, Peterson second, LaFrance, and I'm also noticing 30-24 faster than Peterson and LaFrance, who earlier was 30-42. And let's see where Musati will end up. Second lap, he'll go 30-53, and qualifying is just about over for the L-TAC Cup Series here at Las Vegas. And it looks like qualifying has officially concluded here tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. There we will get ready for one fast warm-up and, of course, then get ready to go for 200 miles around the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And, of course, in doing so, we want to thank, of course, us being Americans in the greatest country of the world with the playing of our national anthem before we go for the feature race. It's next. Here, we pause for the national anthem. And, of course, again, we are still continuing to ask everybody to continue to pray for America. A lot of craziness going on. Hopefully, things will get better for Ukraine, but not only for the U.S. of A., and we're all proud to be an American. We are ready to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I turn it back over to colleague Zachary Taylor. Zachary, what do you think of qualifying, and what do you think we're going to see in the race that's coming up next here?
I believe that this is going to be a one-man show, and that one man is going to be Matt Rucci. That guy, he's got the momentum from last week. He's super fast here at Las Vegas. He told us last week that he was going to be really good this week. I think that it's going to be a Matt Rucci kind of show, but that doesn't mean to count out Kyle Green. He was up here a couple weeks ago. I think Kyle Green may have something for him.
Well, qualifying has concluded, and by the way, the L-TAC Cup Series in tonight's race, the Tucson Sound Out 200, introduces an entirely new and enjoyable way to listen to music in your own home. Uploading and making your own images and pictures into Sound Art is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Everyone who looks at the picture will wonder where the great sound is coming from. A single charge will last days and gives you the ability to go truly wireless with no power cable. Sound Art looks good in any form in the house, from the front room to the back room. The speakers are powered by batteries and receive an audio via Bluetooth connection, meaning nobody will ever know that the art came actually producing the sound they're hearing. Tucson Sound Art specializes in creating custom artwork from your personal artwork and photos. More details is at twosoundart.com. All right, so it's almost go time. Let's give you the lineup real quickly. As Matt Rucci's on the pole, Grant Peterson on the front row. Row number 2 will be Connor LaFrance and Joseph Causey. Row 3, Tyler Granat, followed by Austin Sessione. Then it's going to be row 4 of Jeremy Berger, Kyle Green, and the top 5, Zachary will find Ryan Dingler and James Vining here at Vegas.
Absolutely, and then we go to row number 6 here. Anthony Masani on the inside, Mario LaPinta on the outside, P12. Row 7 is going to be Sean Dill and Frank Flores. Row 7 is going to be Colin Stone and Barrett Morton. Row 8, Stephen Purcell and Jeffrey Brogdon. Row 9, Richard Springer and Robert Pattengill. And rounding out the field is Justin Wilson and Chad Hodges.
Yeah, 23 drivers ready to go here. Let's take a look again at your race analysis. The field will take another lap around under the pace car. 200 laps, or 200 miles, 134 laps around for the, of course, Vegas Strip 200. Notes in the Sound Tucson Sound Art L-TAC Cup Series again. By the way, we'll have some more information about the truck program. And obviously, we're going to keep an eye on all of these drivers. By the way, quick notables from the previous race at Auto Club. The Souza Media driver of the race at Auto Club was Matt Rucci. Of course, he's on the pole. And some penalties was handed out in the previous race as well. A car penalty from Auto Club for Anthony Musati, a 1-point penalty, and the self-spin penalty also to Jeremy Berger for 1 point and a 1-spin penalty as well. With that being said, final preliminary laps again. They're ready to go 200 miles, 134 laps, and we await the green flag. And this race is underway quickly, and obviously this will get things started for the green flag next time around. And I'll tell you what, Zachary, settling in Vegas is an exciting racetrack. You can see the single wide racing, 2x2, possibly 3 wide racing. It's all the matter of how these drivers get excited or if they wait patiently to be there at the late rally.
For sure, and it's one thing that I've noticed here, most Las Vegas races that we have been a part of, it always comes down to pit strategy. So I think that whoever can manage that fuel mileage just right tonight is going to find themselves in the Neon Garage tonight as we work our way through 3 and 4.
Pace car lights are off. We're ready to go here for the next round of the L-TAC Cup Series of the Tucson Sound Art 200 for the next round on this Friday evening. Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's Rucci and Peterson on the front row. The Ally Financial Machine ready to go beside the high point number 52. In the box they go, coming to the firing line. Flagman looks them over. They're 2x2. Green flag goes in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race, and it's going to be Rucci on the inside, leading them to the green flag. 200 miles to go. They're off in turn 1.
Matt Rucci leads them off of turn 1 and 2. Side by side, though, outside, Grant Pearson sticking hard. He's got Joseph Cossie right behind him. They're side by side looking down here into turn 3. It's going to be Grant Peterson to the race lead, Matt Rucci second, and that's going to be Joseph Cossie in the 88 car looking to his outside off of turn 4.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race. Here they come across the start-finish line. 1 lap in, and Peterson will be the man to jump out to the early lead. Peterson is out front. He's got the strong piece over everybody else. Works his way off of turn number 2. Back straightaway, Peterson, Cossie, Rucci. Look at him now, fighting on the inside. The pole car under attack. Here comes Cossie on the outside lane, looking for the lead on Peterson as they work off turn 4.
Absolutely, and Cossie looking for that second spot off of turn 4. They've been side by side for about a lap. They're going to complete lap 2. That means that you folks have 132 laps to go of intense side-by-side racing. And Joseph Cossie hangs on alongside Matt Rucci here all the way off turn 2.
Last race here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway was July of 2021. It played host to the last cutoff race in the playoffs as well. The race had 11 caution flags, resulted in 41 of the 134 laps under the yellow flag. And of course, Colin Stone led the most laps to go on to win that race. Logan Hamilton, Joseph were the top 3 for that race. And right now, it is Grant Peterson leading the way. Everything calm, cool, collective in the early going in Vegas as they work off the back straightaway. That's the Nellis straightaway here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as they go to turn 3.
Joseph Cossie looks to the inside of your previous leader, Grant Peterson. He's going to take that spot with ease, and that gives Joseph Cossie the lead to do some little boot scooting here. As they're boot scooting off of turn 4, sideways, sliding, come across the line. They're ranking at the start-finish line. Big wreck. Hunter Thrower, Jeffrey Brogdon. I don't know who caused that, who was the first spinner, but Jeffrey Brogdon gets the worst end of the deal, it looks like. No back
looks like, man, I'll tell you, Zachary, it looks like the 11 cars caught up in it. A Brogdon Thrower in the 83 is involved, and a couple of other cars involved in a multi-car accident. Let's take a look at that Pulse Popper instant replay, and we'll show it to you. As right down below the apron, the 49 car, and the driver you mentioned, and then we see these other guys coming in here, and just victim of circumstance, nowhere else to go. And there is the cause of the caution here for the first time at Vegas.
And I'd like to see what happened there to Jeffrey Brogdon, if possible, how he got caught up in that, because it looked like he had it missed if we didn't have possibly 2 spins there. As it looks like he's coming through. Yes!
Yeah,
So,
Brogdon, secondary yellow flag, it looks like. Getting on the binders, checking up to miss people. And I think of Tabasco. Do you remember back in the day when the Tabasco car was in the NASCAR Cup Series? Man, it's cool to see the Tabasco colors on that car of 11 of Brogdon. Tough that it's under those circumstances. But obviously, you know, we'll set and re-rack. We'll try it again here. So, yeah.
absolutely, a very intense first couple laps there. We saw 2-3 lead changes there in the first 5 laps. Looks like half the field's going to pit, half the field's going to stay out here. Got a little bit of gambling going on early in this race.
Obviously, right now, your top 10 of the point standings going into tonight's race at Las Vegas from Auto Club. Matt Rucci is the points leader. He's got a 9-point lead over Kyle Green and Ryan Duke. They're tied for second. Tied for third is also Logan Hamilton as well as Barrett Morton. Then you've also got in 6th Ryan Dingler, Anthony Musati 7th is securely on his own. Also Barrick Uphold, Mario LaPinta, and Colin Stone, the top 10 as it stands right now. So hey, a lucky draw to be done after the reading of the starting grid, and of course we'll determine that here as the lineup is set. The opening laps underway here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and again, 134 laps, 200 miles the distance, and we just had our first caution with a multi-car accident on the front straightaway. I really don't think that anybody is coming to pit lane unless you're trying to fix damage right now, Zachary.
Yeah.
And I'm understanding Connor LaPlante was the lucky draw. LaPlante, the lucky draw of the race. Connor LaFrance was the lucky draw of the race. And, of course, he's currently in the 4th position. Go, Zachary, what we were talking about, people not pitting.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see a reason to pit here. You know, you only ran about 5 laps under green flag conditions there, so the tire wear shouldn't be major. I don't think you'd have a very big advantage fuel mileage wise, so I don't expect to see any of these guys pit here.
Yeah, I kind of think you're exactly right. As the lights are going to go off on the pace car, they're going to be 2 by 2 by 2 when we get ready to go back to green flag. As obviously now Kazi, the man out in front. The L-TAC Cup Series. Would like to remind you also that the Truck Series is firing up here very soon. If you'd like to be a part of the new L-TAC Truck Series, we want to remind you they're currently recruiting for a Wednesday night Truck Series program. Sessions are at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on a weekly basis, and they're going to run a 25-week schedule that will run alongside and coincide to the L-TAC Cup Series you're watching tonight on iRacing on LSRTV. Perform well in the trucks, and you can also get invited to the big race in the Friday Night Cup Series that you're watching now. To sign up, go to L-TAC Racing League Truck Series on iRacing or contact Nolan Rimple today. Lights are off on the pace car. Field will make their way to the Geico restart zone for the first time tonight with Kazi and Ricci on the front row. Peterson and Berger, row number 2. LaFrance, obviously, Caccione, Granat, Dingler, Vining, and the Flores entry, your top 10. Pace car is in. We're ready for the first restart of the afternoon. Green flag back out at Las Vegas, and quickly Kazi pulls away from Ricci and Peterson. He'll make it about a 1-car length lead, Zachary, as they set sail to speed in turn 1.
And these cars, they were down here into turn 1. Full speed ahead now. Matt Ricci pulls in behind Graham Peterson there in the 3rd spot. He's going to look to the inside as Graham Peterson gets a little bit loose off of turn 2. We got a 2-way battle for P2 coming down here into turn 3.
Working them way up the corner out of turn number 3 and 4. Here they come down to the start-finish line with Kazi still the man leading the way. Kazi now pulling away by 2 car lengths. Working now lap number 10 of 134 laps. There's 124 laps remaining. It's still a long way to go here in the Tucson Sound Art 200. Kazi leads. Rucci followed by Peterson, LaFrance. They battle. There's more racing going on in the back of the pack now as Purcell, Morton, and LaPinta go out into the back straightaway. That's inside the top 15 to 3.
Absolutely, and we have ourselves a battle here for P5. This is a battle for P4, actually, in between Carl and Fraser. We have a big wreck off turn 4. Ryan Dingler goes spinning off of turn 4.
Problems into the grass, coming back up into the pack, maybe saves it and stalls the car, number 8. And the yellow flag is out. Man, oh man, it all started there for Ryan Dingler. And I got to give props, Zachary, to everybody else to avoid. He had some help. Turned there, had some other cars T-bone him. They kept on going, but I believe it was the number 16 machine. Car number 16 is the one that kind of gave him that little assistance into the concrete of the outside safer wall barrier. Austin Siccione making his debut with the L-TAC Cup Series tonight, the driver from Rhode Island. And you see the end result for Dingler. Car beaten, battered, banged early here at Las Vegas.
Car looks like an open modified coming around through here. Kind of like that Dale Earnhardt car from way back in the day after he went for a tumble on the backstretch at Daytona.
Yeah, it's a tough break there as we're currently under the yellow flag. Again, second yellow flag very quickly in this race as we have problems again on the front straightaway. Troubles out of turn 4, trouble in the tri-oval. And another yellow flag coming out yet again. That'll give us an opportunity to step away. Thank our sponsors. We're in the early going. Causey, Rishi, Peterson, LaFrance Berger, your saw blade top 5. We will take a break. This is iRacing on LSRTV with L-TAC Cup Series.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing SoundArt, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat-panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With SoundArt, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. SoundArt is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about SoundArt, that you could just pair it and play.
Ancia, your art never...
Welcome back to the L-TAC Cup Series at the Tucson Sound Art 200. About to wrap things up and get our second attempt at a restart underway when they make their way back to the Pennzoil restart zone. And Causey, the man that leads the way, Ricci in second spot. Peterson, LaFrance Berger, your top 5. 13 of 134 laps. Caution flag field in the opening go. Remember back last year in 2021 before the playoffs in the cutoff race, there was 11 yellow flags. We're already in the second caution flag completion. Zachary is alongside. I'm Wesley Outland. Mason Heimbaugh on production for Live Sim Racing and Rocket Media. Pace car comes into the pit lane, back to the Pennzoil restart zone, and Causey will send it to speed down into turn number 1. They go through the gearboxes, through the tri-oval, back now into that Abruzzi USA Ford Mustang GT. Now jumping up to the lead. Causey, Peterson, Berger top 3, pole car. Rucci under attack. He's up on the outside. Zachary off 2.
Yes, and that is the first battle in our top 5. Matt Rucci on the outside of Jeremy Berger. It looks like he's going to take this fight. He's now going to look to the inside of Grant Peterson as they work their way off of the Nellis straightaway down here into turn 3, through 3 and 4. We got a two-way battle here. Looking to make it 3 wide. It's a 7-car Connor LaFrance. He's looking to take it 3 on Matt Rucci and Grant Peterson.
And well, that goes on. Rucci down to the inside. Peterson. And now LaFrance battle for those spots. Bottom of the racetrack. There's that number 7 machine. And I'm assuming that's LaFrance, even though he's in the number 10 on top of the score, and he's actually in car 7 on the bottom. LaFrance and Peterson battling for position. So we just want to keep you updated on that. The Valvoline number 7 car is LaFrance on the ticker in the 10. Kind of getting around Peterson. Got around Peterson to the high point 52. Berger settles behind him. They're going to go back single file now as they go to 1 with Causey out in front into turn 2.
Graham Peterson entered a little bit low, a little bit shallow there into turns 1 and 2. That's going to cost him a lot of momentum. Jeremy Berger's going to take that spot as we work down the backstretch. Berger's going to back out of it. That's going to give Graham Peterson the upper edge again through 3 and 4.
Failed to work their way back off of turn 4. We mentioned that 11 car. How about the Tabasco entry with a repair, 1 full repair given, and he is, or a fast repair given. And right now, you can see him moving back into the top 10, as well as Thrower. A couple of cars involved in the first caution, Zachary, now in the top 10 as they head down the Dallas straightaway going to 3.
Absolutely. Those has 4 fresh tires coming up here. We only ran those first 5 under green, but still, those 5 laps, there's a lot of speed as we get one loose, and he saves it.
Oh, what a save for the 16 car. Obos going into the infield grass of Gaccione. Gaccione from Rhode Island, and he's making his L-TAC Cup Series debut. What a save. Now he's got to hold off the likes of Flores and Thrower coming after him, as well as Brogdon. That's a 5-car storm brewing to the back straightaway.
Absolutely, and while they storm down the back straightaway, we have a storm for the lead off of turn 4 as Matt Ritchie's looking to the inside of Joseph Causey, trying to take that lead as they come across the start-finish line. That's going to complete lap number 19, side-by-side for the race lead.
Here comes the fast qualifier. Matt Rucci, points leader, the man up in front, down to the inside, the Ally Financial entry. Chevrolet powers on the Ford of the Abruzzi, number 88 of Causey. LaFrance now licking his chops. He's ready to pounce like a coiled cobra. Does he go inside? Does he go outside? He now reels back on the top side. He'll run now with Rucci, or will he? He'll now go with Causey, or he's going to go to the middle lane. They work off turn 4. We're working lap number 20. It's now Rucci back out in front. He goes to the inside, going to speed to 1.
Down here into turn 1 is Connor LaFrance on the outside of Joseph Causey. Now Causey cannot get the arc that he wants going down here into 1 and 2. That's going to give Connor LaFrance a huge run down the Nellis back straightaway. He's going to clear Joseph Causey after he gets a little bit loose on the exit. That puts Connor LaFrance up here in the P2. He is our lucky draw winner. Can the lucky draw winner win 2 in a row?
Look at this driver now, mirror driving, going inside, going outside, trying to cut off the air between Causey and Rucci and reel him in the process. Meanwhile, there's the 9 and the 81 going at it for position. This is on the racetrack for the top 10 and 6th and 7th. That's Morton in the 9, the black and blue number 9. And then you have Morton there, followed by Grant Renault in the 81 machine. Also in that mix a moment ago was Berger in 2, Thrower in 83. That's going on as you see those cars coming up in view. 20 laps in this race here at Las Vegas. We're at 2 yellow flags. We're finally settled in on a green flag run as there's Flores now trying to get around Deal as they go back to turn number 1.
Absolutely, and Flores, he's going to run that top line. He's a little bit higher than anybody else on the racetrack right now, and that's going to work out for him. Excuse me, that's Sean Dill that's up there. Frank Flores is on the bottom. Sean Dill's going to run that top line. He's higher than anybody else on the racetrack. He's running that Larson line, per se, as he clears him. And Ryan Dingler, who just spun, didn't have a front end at all, is making his way back up here through the field. He's going to take P13 from Frank Flores.
Battle going on for 7th position. Greneau and Morton and Thrower. Brogdon going at it now with a throwing haymakers at one another. We mentioned that earlier for that position as Greneau will now pull up in front of the machine of Thrower. Thrower will now stay single file behind Brogdon. Ciccione will also go into that pack. That's a 4-car battle, Zachary, brewing off of turn 4.
And like a big old bunch of bumblebees coming at us right here. They're storming down here into turn 1, absolutely boot scooting into 1. Greneau, he's got the upper edge, but Hunter Thrower on that top side, we just saw Sean Dill run up here, and he made a pass up here. Can Hunter Thrower do the same thing? He's got a big run down the back straightaway, bunch of American Chevy horsepower all the way down here into turn 3. Hunter Thrower's got that spot.
It's the battle of the bow ties at the ovals, as you mentioned. Chevrolet and Ford hot and heavy going at it. No Toyotas in that mix as they work their way back to start finish. 25 in, closing in on 105 laps to go. 1 car down below the bottom of the apron coming off the pit lane. While that goes on, there's that battle continuing for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. It heats up again, working off turn 2 with still Rucci out in front of the back straightaway.
Rucci, he still leads these guys. Connor LaFrance, he's going to try to look to the outside here, looking for some clean air. Get out of that dirty air. All the way down the front stretch, and Matt Rucci's giving off a big slipstream right here, or as NASCAR fans call it, the draft. If you're familiar with NASCAR, you understand the draft. It's like a vacuum sort of thing, Wesley. It's where you get behind of a guy and the speed, it wraps around your car and you get a little extra horsepower, a little extra speed from that wind pushing you down the back straightaway and kind of sucking you up to the car in front of you. Connor LaFrance is using that perfectly to his advantage to stay right here with Matt Rucci and not letting him get away.
Field will work their way back around off of turn number 1 now. Back to the corner with Rucci out in front. Rucci, LaFrance there. Back to the number 2 spot. Causey in third. 1, 2, and 3. Back straight away. Stays on the outside lane. Here goes now the 23 machine closing in. That's Flores, by the way. The Tucson Sound Art machine sponsoring this race. Trying to reel back in Springer, LaPinta, Musati. All those cars trying to clack into the top 15 while we approach lap number 30 and close it in on 100 laps to go at Las Vegas. In this 200-miler, Rucci leads there. There goes another battle brewing going on as Berger's under attack by Peterson and Morton off of turn number 2.
And Morton has really showed up here in these last couple laps. He is running that top lane. Top lane starting to come in now as we've seen more guys starting to move up there as these tires wear. Morton got around Grant Peterson up there. Now he's going to look to do the same to Jeremy Berger. They're going to file out single file all the way down the front straightaway here. That's going to click off lap number 29 as we approach 30.
Working through the start-finish line. They'll come back to the stripe. Rucci, LaFrance and Causey right there. Berger and Morton top 5. Look at this now going on. This is in the top 15 as Musati is under attack by Wilson and LaPinta as well as Springer. We mentioned Flores there. He's trying to close out of that battle. A little ink and blinking nod trying to be in the advantage for Springer as that driver up Musati blinking a little bit. Wilson also under attack. Flores is ready to pounce, and so is LaPinta. While that goes on, as a battle goes on for second spot now, we bring you the action. Great work by Mason Heimbaugh, as here comes LaFrance and Causey going at it now for second down the Nellis straightaway to turn 3.
And Matt Rucci is driving away. He's loving to see this in his mirror. The battle for second place has gotten intense. Joseph Causey, I think he may have a little bit better tires right now. He's going to try to get around Connor LaFrance, as that gives Matt Rucci about a half a second lead as they work down here into turn 1.
Back into turn number 2, down the back straightaway now. The field works their way back through the corner. And now you see Berger holding off the likes of now Morton. Morton's coming after him. They work down the back stretch. Morton stays there in the Nellis straightaway. Now to the third turn. Changing up lines is going to be Peterson. He'll hug the inside of the racetrack. In the middle lane is Morton. Now to the top shelf near the safer wall barrier is going to be Berger. Berger rides up the wall. He now opens the door to Morton on the inside. They're closing in on 100 laps to go. And Morton now clears for that spot for fourth as that goes on into turn 1.
And that battle's going to single out. Now we go back here to P7 in between Hunter Thrower and Jeffrey Brogdon. That battle's got intense here. Brogdon inside, Hunter Thrower outside. They're going to drag race down the backstretch. Hunter Thrower upper hand.
Working their way back around that corner as here comes on the inside. The 11 of Brogdon outside lane. Open up the Thrower. Thrower there off of 4. Brogdon on the inside. That Tabasco entry. And Gassione making his debut. The driver from Rhode Island. Ready. They go off into the turn. Into 3 off of 4. This time by it will be 100 laps to go as they hit the back straightaway. Rucci still leads the way. This battle heated behind them as that goes on the racetrack into turn number 3. Here's now a battle going on between Dingler and Wilson, heating up again. Action everywhere here at Las Vegas as we approach 100 laps to go here.
And yes, we are side by side throughout pretty much the whole field right here. It's hard not to find a battle right now. As there's about 5 cars under a blanket here, battling it out for P11 through 15. That's in between Sean Dill, Ryan Dingler, Justin Wilson, Anthony Masati, and Mario LaPinta. They all battle for that 11th position.
Top side off the corner, Ricci leading the way. There's that battle for 11th again, as we mentioned, between Dill and Dingler and Wilson, Musati. All of that going on. Well, that happens under 100 laps to go now, with Rucci still leading the way. Look at this now going on. That was Musani and Wilson. And also in that mix is LaPinta. Up in front of the 8-car of Dingler. Off of turn number 2, down the Nellis straightaway. Great action so far. 100 laps to go. Zachary, your take of the first 35 laps of this race at Vegas.
It's been all Matt Rucci, hasn't it? I mean, can you really disagree here? Matt Rucci is a man on a mission these last couple of weeks. He is super fast, but Connor LaFrance has impressed me tonight. Joseph Cossey always up front. Tonight, he's looking fast. It's going to be a 3-way battle for the lead, and any of these guys could win it.
Working off of turn number 4 now. Actually, turn 2, correction. And now look at this now. LaFrance, the second place car, trying to close in on Matt Rucci, the fast qualifier. He hung in the back earlier in at least the top 5, and then he fell back on that last restart. Rucci got back to the lead, while Causey had got the jump. Now Causey falls back to 3rd. There you see the Abruzzi USA number gold and blue 88 Ford reeling in the Valvoline colors of the number 7. I know on Tomlin scoring it says 10. That's LaFrance as you're on board with him now, trying to hold off that. Connor LaFrance and his Chevrolet holding off the oval of the Mustang of Causey. That's for 3rd. The top 3, Zachary, pulling away from everyone else as the interval is way back from Morton, Berger, Peterson as they work their way down off of turn 2 to the back straightaway. There you see that interval. And there you see just at the end of turn 2, now you see Morton in the distance.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys have drove off into the Las Vegas sunset. They're going to the casino early tonight. LaFrance, he spins off of turn 4. LaFrance in the wall. That looks like it's not going to be a caution, but LaFrance, heavy damage there as he got loose off of 4.
So there is Causey, LaFrance. LaFrance up on the outside lane. Here they come, working off of turn number 2, back stretch. Fuel window, Zachary, what's it looking like? We didn't see anybody pit in the first couple of cautions, but you know it's got to be coming up here in the next 15 laps or so.
And just as you say that, Joseph Cossey hits pit road. I believe there should be start a green flag pit stops. He'll drag a bunch of guys down here, as that's one of our leaders. He should stop, get for Mr. Feelgood, send some fuel here. He'll be back out, and let's see what our leader does this time. I'm interested. If Matt Rucci doesn't pit this time, that could hand the lead to Joseph Cossey.
I got to give props to Nolan Rimple, man. He has really done a phenomenal job with this program, this series, of course. He's also out of Abbotsford, British Columbia. And the work that he does with this L-TAC program is phenomenal. He's really took this to the next level. And right now, Morton hitting his marks. Look at the Morton Racing entry now, as we do have a green flag cycle of pit stops. Some of those names that we mentioned earlier, as Zachary and I did, they're now pitting, and you knew that it was bound to happen here. And this is also shuffling up the leaderboard. Rucci all the way back down to 15th. LaFrance 16th, Peterson down 16th, LaFrance 10th, Flores, all these cars beginning to pit. Morton, you know he's got to pit eventually also as he leads through the start-finish line off turn 4.
Absolutely, and Joseph Cossey is coming across the start-finish line now. Let's see where our previous leader, Matt Rucci, was. Matt Rucci, he's just now coming out of turn 2. Joseph Cossey's coming out of turn 2 on the racetrack. Matt Rucci's coming out of the pits. Cossey's going to pass Matt Rucci in flying colors. As there goes Joseph Cossey past Matt Rucci, going to have about a 2-second lead on Matt Rucci by the time everything's said and over, and that hands the provisional lead to Joseph Cossey.
Through the start-finish line, it is Morton out in front, leading the way, under 100 laps to go now here in this Tucson Sound Art 200. Morton, Thrower, Greneau, Brogdon, Dingler now in the top 5. One car, Bonsai's down to the inside of the racetrack. Good checkup move for there. Will still stay green, as that was actually the Valvoline colors of the machine of LaFrance getting back on racetrack. And him and Rucci now staying in pack with one another. And as it stands, Zachary, if everybody pits and it cycles back around like you see an accordion effect here of this cycle in a pit stops, the scoring pylon will climb back up, and you will see slowly but surely Causey, Rucci, LaFrance all up there in the top of the top 5 again.
Yes, and Richard Springer almost loses the car there off of turn 2. Awesome safe by him. That car was pretty much gone. That's as close to wrecking as you can get without wrecking.
And well, that goes on. They'll work their way back into turn number 1 and 2. Morton leading the way as that goes on to the back stretch now. The Nellis straightaway. Morton, the leader. Brogdon and Dingler holding on to their spots. Back stretch now, going to turn number 3. Different camera angles. Awesome work by Mason Humbaugh, showing the awesome camera work that's being done.
Absolutely.
Peterson and Berger having a nice little battle hill going on. This was in 16 and 17. You know, we saw them earlier battle, and honestly, we're in this cycle of green flag pit stops. We're right now transitioning. Here comes now Springer coming down to the pit lane. Cars are pitting, and as I said, Zachary, lap by lap, moment by moment, you're watching these guys that were at the front now climbing back up the scoring pylon as these other cars are slowly but surely coming down the pit lane as here comes the Morton Racing entry in. Brogdon is in. More cars pitting. This one out. Give Dingler the lead in the 8 car. He might want to lead a lap or 2 just to get some of them lead lap points, but then he's going to have to pit. And now you've literally put Causey, Rucci, LaFrance now in positions 9, 10, and 11.
Absolutely, and that puts them back on the lead lap. So now at this point, if you are out, you are hoping for a caution just so that you can pit without losing a lap.
And remember, we had that yellow flag earlier in the race, 2 cautions. After that, it's been fairly nice with no more problems in this event here for this L-TAC Cup Series race. 48 of 134 with now Dingler leading the way. There goes Morton. Remember, there's the blend line. You have to stay below the white line, past the blue cone on the back straightaway in the blue line. You see that there just a moment ago. That's the blend line, just like in real NASCAR Cup Series competition. Once you pass that commit cone blue line, then you can blend back onto the racetrack from the Nellis straightaway off of turn 2. If you do it before then, you will suffer a penalty. While that goes on, here comes Causey and Rucci going at it for position. This is for position 6 and 7 as more cars are pitting. There's the front pack guys back on the lead lap, and they're racing off turn 4.
Yes, and as they continue to battle, we have a penalty update. A penalty update. The pit road police have called Austin Gassioni with a drive-through penalty for driving through too many pit stalls under green flag conditions. He will have to come down pit road one more time at pit road speed. That is not what you want to hear out of your debut race.
A debut for the driver out of Rhode Island. Of course, Gassioni busted with a pit road penalty. And hey, listen, welcome to the L-TAC Cup Series. He's new, but there's rules to follow, chain of command. He got busted for that. He's got to come down here and take that penalty. And you know, still a lot of laps left to go in this race, mind you. We're on lap number 50 of 134 laps. As a matter of fact, while we're still working lap 50, let's give you the full field rundown. Zachary and I will here in the Tucson Sound Art 200 here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kyle Green leading, Mario LaPinta. Now that changes because here they come onto the pit lane for their service. So guess what happens here, Zachary? Just like I mentioned, you cycle back around. Joseph Causey will now be the new leader. The pole car, Matt Ricci now the 2nd spot. Connor LaFrance is 3rd. Grant Peterson is 4th. Jeremy Berger 5th. Barrett Morton is 6th. Hunter Thrower 7th. Jeff Brogdon 8th. Tyler Greneau is 9th. And Anthony Musatti currently your top 10.
Yes, Richard Springer P11, Ryan Dingler P12, Frank Flores P13, Justin Wilson P14, Colin Stone P15, Stephen Purcell 16th, Sean Deal 17th, James Benning 18th, Austin Gassoni after that pit road penalty finds himself in 19th, and Robert Pattengill rounds out your top 20.
And the rest of the rundown includes James Vining, Austin Gassioni, again busted on a penalty, Robert Pattengill, and one car that would get the free pass if the caution was to come out. Well, actually, my correction, they just updated timing and scoring. There's actually 7 cars a lap down. Stephen Purcell is the first car a lap down, so he would get the free pass. And the rest of the rundown includes Austin Gassione, Robert Pattengale, and Chad Hodges. So we had to wait for timing and scoring to update there. Hey, you're checking out the Tucson Sound Art 200. Of course, this race, if you'd like to know more information, go to TucsonSoundArt.com. That's TucsonSoundArt.com. And you too could also have your images from your expansive collection of high-quality photos with now sound effects. Perfect gift for friends, family, and business associates alike. For more, visit Tucson Sound Art, proud sponsor of the Tucson Sound Art 200. I'm Wesley Outland filling in on this Friday night along with Zachary, and Zachary is doing a fine job. Zachary Taylor, Mason Heimbaugh on production for Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media, Live Sim Racing TV, and we bring you coverage of the next round of the L-TAC Cup Series, as right now a battle going on hot and heavy for the lead through lap traffic. Kazi and Rucci going at it through the triangle down to start finish, and that heats up again going to turn number 1.
And they are really racing each other hard here, not giving each other an inch of room, pinching each other down off the corner stretch of Kazi, top to bottom there. He's going to get the lead from Matt Rucci. Holds on to that lead the whole way down the back straightaway. They drag race, forward power on the outside. Through 3 and 4, it's going to be all Joseph Kazi here off of turn 4. So now Rucci's got to check up. Indeed, Joseph. Oh, he gets out. He's all contact.
They go to the grass. Both cars into the grass. Gruch into the grass. Rucci, Kazi, they both save it. No caution. Holy cow. Are you kidding me, Zachary? That could have been bad.
And that was almost the story of both of our leaders' races over. Wow, what a save, especially in these new cars with that rack and pinion steering. Holy cow, what a save.
And with that rack and pinion steering, somehow, some way, those two cars were able to save it. I think that deserves a replay. Maybe we can try to show it to you here while we're still in green flag mode, because the green flag is still out. Watch Kazi and Rucci. If we can get a replay here, maybe we can show this to you again, as they were just battling hot and heavy for that position. Watch this. Side by side. Look at this. Matt Gucci on the inside, and Kazi went backing down. Look at it. Oh, my.
Holy cow, what a save there. Matt Rucci and Joseph Kazi, they both went dirt track and turned into professional World of Outlaws drivers there through the front stretch here in Las Vegas. Brought it back on the racetrack, got a little bit of practice for Bristol Dirt, and they continue straight, and holy cow, that was impressive.
I'll tell you what, Zachary, I think of the virtual pass in the grass between Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Bill Elliott in the Winston at Charlotte back in 1987, 88, I think it was. And man, that definitely brings back memories for sure. Oh my goodness, what a move. As right now, Kazi, the leader out in front, Rucci second, LaFrance third, Peterson, Berger, your top 5. 59 of 134 laps here. And remember, 2 yellow flags, and now we've settled in for a very long, lengthy green flag run here, Zachary.
Yes, we have, and we could go green the whole way here to the start-finish line, if I dare say the commentator's curse. I must say, I was bragging on Joseph Kazi and Matt Rucci, and that's the commentator's curse that almost happened during the front stretch, so possibly that may have broke it. What happened there is Matt Rucci, Joseph Kazi's having an issue getting around this lap traffic here. Stefan Purcell, they may have a little bit of damage that may cause them a little bit of issue here.
Checker flag just fell at Phoenix for the ARCA race, and only fitting for DGR Racing, especially after the sadness that happened on Tuesday afternoon with Steven Stotts dying in a accident in Longview, Texas, in the race hauler. Multiple injuries for others, but no more lives lost, just Steven Stotts. And Taylor Gray, that is the toter hauler for that team, and he just won at Phoenix Raceway, and it's a very emotional scene down there right now. Only fitting for Taylor Gray, somebody I've known for a couple of years in late models, to now pick up the win in the ARCA Series for DGR. Is right now going on. Kazi is leading, and there's the 43 car. That is Stone. Be honest with you, we're trying to find action, and things have kind of King, things have kind of settled down, Zachary, after we had that cycle of green flag pit stops, which normally happens because it spreads out the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't have to look far to find a battle right now, as Matt Ritchie has clawed his way back up here to Joseph Cossie. Ever since that spin, Joseph Cossie has really, his pace has really fell off here. I don't know if he's scared to get the car or to drive the car as he was before, or if it's just he's got that aerodynamic damage that he's got on that left rear. He's got some pretty severe damage, a lot of crinkles there on the left rear. If that may be slowing him down more than what we think.
There's the Tabasco entry, and I'm understanding we got a car on the pit lane, the 05 of Hodges, understanding he might have wrecked, but he quickly was able to get to the pit lane. I'm loving the Hardee's colors on that 05 machine, as Hodges with a problem, but he doesn't bring out the caution. He's on the pit lane. Race goes on with Rucci out in front, Rucci and Cossie battling. Here we go, Cossie after Rucci again. They kind of separated a little bit after they went through the pass in the grass, and now they're going to try to go after each other again off turn number 4.
Absolutely. We have an update for you Chad Hodges fans out there. He did run out of fuel.
Wow.
He ran out of fuel in turn 1, and a virtual tow truck went around there, picked him up, and brought him back to the safety of pit lane. That way he wasn't sitting down there all alone. So Chad Hodges will be getting fuel and come back out here to join us on track here soon. We have a battle for the race lead.
Well, that battle for the lead continues as we also watch more of this go on inside the top 10 between Musati, Greno, and LaPinta. Those drivers have been hanging with each other all night long for spots as they work their way to the back stretch of that third turn. 66 of 134 laps. Hey, guess what? We're closing in on halfway in 2 more circuits, as here comes the other drivers we just mentioned going at it in the top 10 to cross the line. 1 more lap to halfway, and yes, it is still Matt Rucci, the pole car, leading the way. There's Berger. He's in the top 5. He's trying to hold off Morton in 6th. Thrower. And again, everybody all just separated all around the racetrack here at the 1.5 mile Las Vegas Motor Speedway after that cycle of green flag pit stops. You see on the bottom of the right, you see the track map, and you can literally see what I'm talking about here is literally just cars all around separated from the 20-plus entries that took the green flag. And we are now officially halfway. Let's give you your full field rundown. Matt Rucci is leading the way. Cossie in 2nd. LaFrancis 3rd. Peterson 4th. And again, top 5, including also is Barrett Morton. Jeremy Berger 6th. Jeff Brogdon 7th. Hunter Thrower 8th. Kyle Green 9th. And Tyler Greno at halfway. Zachary is your top 10 at Vegas.
Yes, Mario LaPinta comes in 11th, Anthony Massotti 12th, Ryan Dingler 13th, Colin Stone 14th, Richard Springer 15th, Frank Flores 16th, Stephen Purcell 17th, Austin Gassione 18th. He's recovering nicely after that pit road penalty under the green flag conditions. Sean Dill comes in 19th, Justin Wilson 20th. And rounding out your field, it's going to be Robert Pattengale 1 lap down in 21st, James Finning P22 1 lap down, and Chad Hodges, after running out of fuel under green flag conditions, is P23 7 laps down, yet to join the racing surface.
And that's the way it stands right now, as again, still a lot of racing left to go here in the Vegas Strip 200 presented by Tucson Sound Art, and we're not going to waste any time, but we do have to thank our sponsors as always. We're 70 laps in of 134 laps the distance, and we will step away and take you to the checkered flag when we return. Rucci leads, and this is iRacing on LSRTV and the L-TAC Cup Series.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close, to
With SoundArt, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. SoundArt is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about SoundArt, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
75 of 134 laps. Welcome back to the L-TAC Cup Series of the next round at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the, of course, Tucson Sound Art 200 and the Vegas Strip 200. I'm Wesley Outland. Zachary, of course, alongside Zachary Taylor. And this race rolls on with closing in on 100 laps. 2 yellow flags. Quick to start things, Zachary. And for the most part, it has been fairly quiet. And I will tell you that we are about 20 laps or less away from also green flag pit stops, which might cycle us into a green flag finish as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joseph Cossey's actually hit pit road now. It's been about 30 laps since these guys were last on pit road. So Joseph Cossey comes in for pit stop number 2 in his race here, and he's going to try to jump ahead of Matt Rucci. If you remember correctly, he pitted 1-2 laps before Matt Rucci last time. So Matt Rucci should go 2, 3, 4 laps, maybe 5 more laps here, and then come down pit road. That way that Joseph Cossey doesn't get a huge lead on him that Matt couldn't make up here.
For the most part, this race has been fairly quiet after those multi-car accidents. When things got started, the most recent activity that's been highlights was the pass in the grass between the leaders of Rucci and, of course, Cossey. That's finally settled themselves down, as there you see now the 49 all the way mired to the top 10, and here comes the leader, Rucci, onto the pit lane of the Ally Financial number 48 machine, coming to the pit stops, which might be the money stop. He wants to hit his mark. He doesn't want to make any mistakes, and you got to think also anytime soon the cavalry's going to follow. But obviously Morton, Brogdon, Green now in the top 3. Other cars are also going to be pitting behind them as well, as LaFrance pits with Rucci, and also here comes Morton off turn 4. Morton, the man out in front, as the green flag cycle of pit stops going underway. There goes Dingler now. Busatti, that position going on the racetrack. Renault right behind him as that goes back to turn number 1. Working now lap number 78 complete. 79 the lap we're on now as they work off turn 2 down the Nellis straightaway here at Las Vegas. Oh, he must drifted up in front of him. That was a little intense there for a moment. Then they finally settled back down as Renault under attack. And there goes now the leader, or excuse me, there goes Dingler now, right in that battle in the top 5, trying to get around LaPinta as well as Busatti holding him off as that works on around the racetrack. They also work around the 05 machine, the car that was multiple laps down when he ran out of fuel earlier in the race on the back straightaway, where the yellow flag was never thrown on Chad Hodges. And well, that happens. This goes on to the back stretch into the 3rd turn. Morton holding on to the lead as there goes Dingler and Busatti battling again up the racetrack. Dingler, Musati inside. Grenoble will follow. We close in on 81 laps, and now Grenoble comes down to the pit lane. Here's Zachary.
Yes, and Grenouille's going to be looking to get those 4 fresh tires on. Hey, Matt, I like his strategy the most here. He kind of split that thing, this stint in half. He's running about 40 laps each fuel run. That would put him at 120 whenever he pits again. That only gives him 14 laps on 4 fresh tires. I like that strategy a whole lot more than I like pitting every 35 laps with a 30-lap run to the end.
Yeah, got to keep an eye and watch that as well as they work their way back to turn number 1 and 2, but still the man out in front of Morton. Morton and Brogdon, they hold on to those positions. Here comes now Berger now up on the outside lane, trying to reel back in Peterson for that spot. There you see the high point entry of Peterson now under attack. You can see the difference between new tires versus used tires as Berger now just working his way around Peterson. Peterson's got to have a couple of laps to get them new tires up to speed, and we work our way now into lap number 85, closing in on it thereabout. And still Morton leading, Brogdon second, Dingler. And this is going on again for position 10 and 11, Zachary, as also Berger trying to run down Peterson to get in the top 10 as they work down the Nellis straightaway here at Vegas.
Absolutely, they are. They are now we're going to look at Ryan Dingler here with Anthony Musati. Ryan Dingler holding that lead down pretty far, and he's running the Larson line. He's sideways. Woo, boy, he's short tracking that thing through 3 and 4.
Want to say that we keep our continued prayers for one of our colleagues on LSRTV and iRacing, John Muschin Jr. I believe he normally works with you, Zachary, every Friday night on the L-TAC Cup Series. His father-in-law passed away this past week, and of course he has been dealing with the funeral services and the memorials and the families and the get-togethers, and our sentiments and our condolences and continuing thoughts and prayers are with our colleague and friend John Muschin Jr. And hopefully we can get him back in the saddle very soon. But obviously I know family life is so important. I dealt with something of that caliber back in December, and everybody's just pitching in. By the way, I want to remind you, our colleagues on LSRTV also covered another iRacing broadcast as the NASRA Triple M Pulling Truck Series is ongoing. You have my colleagues Samuel Dyer and Kevin England on the call for that one, as we are ready to bring this into the final under 50 laps to go here for this race. Zachary is here, I'm Wesley, and of course Mason doing a phenomenal job for Rocket Media. And these, honestly, there's no battles on the racetrack. You have literally shuffled up the deck. You literally now in the cycle of the second green flag pit stops, they're just spread out. If you can show Mason that track map one more time on the bottom right, you can see what we're talking about. Look at this. It's literally every car somehow, some way in a circle around this racetrack, all spread out, practicing virtual social distancing, if you will, Zachary.
Race car social distancing. We do not want to spread the gas fumes car to car here. That's no good for the engine. As Ryan Dingler's going to go a lap down here after he dirt tracked through 3 and 4 a couple laps ago. Joseph Cossey's going to lap him, and somehow, some way, even though Joseph Cossey's pit stop was 3/10 slower than Matt Rucci's, he's got a pretty decent lead here on Matt Rucci as we work lap 87.
Yeah, he certainly does, and we're going to keep it on, watch that again, as obviously we're closing in on lap 100. White shootout time, obviously. It's time to, man, try to do something here down the stretch. Yeah, and I'll be honest here, Zachary, we need a caution. We need a caution bad.
Yeah, it's getting to that Pocono point of racing, right? It's getting to that point of where if you're a fan of Pocono, you're probably loving this right now. It's really entertaining if you're a Pocono fan.
Up to turn number 3 as Causey is the one out in front. Look at now Causey and Rucci battle. Matt Rucci, the points leader here for the L-TAC Cup Series, and just getting things started off. And I believe, is this round 2 tonight, Zachary? It's round 2? You were at Daytona last week, I think?
No.
Or is this round 3?
No, we're like eight or so weeks into the season.
Okay.
Round 9.
This is round 9. Okay, my apologies. Round 9. I was just thinking that maybe you were mimicking the real NASCAR Cup Series schedule, and you're kind of in the third week of competition like they were, starting off at Daytona, then going to, of course, Auto Club, then the Vegas, and then the Phoenix. Look at this battle, almost heating up again, and lap cars are in the way. Whoa, Busani and Dingler fighting for spots, and actually this going on between Matt Rucci battling there with Kazi. Kazi will now clear by the 8 car of Dingler for that position. And 44 laps to go here at Vegas. It's time to place your bets. If we're going to have a green flag run, so be it. But it's time to show whose car is the strongest. And right now, honestly, Zachary, I think it's a split tie between Kazi and Rucci as they cross the line.
Absolutely, and Kazi, he does seem to have the upper hand on strategy tonight. He has passed Matt Rucci the last two green flag pit stops. So hey, what's the easiest way to pass somebody on a racetrack? It's not on the racetrack, it's on pit road. So as long as Joseph Kazi can keep that strategy up, I find it hard that Matt Rucci will win tonight. But here goes Matt Rucci to the inside. He said, I'm going to prove you wrong, kid. Watch this. I'm going to go right on around Joseph Kazi, and he's going to take off for the Vegas Strip early tonight. He's going to go see an Elvis impersonator and get married in Vegas.
Thank you very much. As he wants to go to the inside. Rucci on the bottom of the racetrack. As here comes now Rucci under attack to the inside. LaFrancis coming after him as well. And all that lap traffic just opens the door for Kazi. He's licking his lips and says, thank you, excuse me, coming through. May I have another? As he works off turn 4. But not for long. Rucci on the inside. Lap car is a pick on the top shelf. He can't get around him. They're side by side for the lead, and they make contact. In the middle goes Kazi, and they hold it together to 3, and someone better lift as James Vining's up in the way off of 2.
Absolutely, and Joseph Kazi's going to say, okay, I'm going to leave the building real quick. He takes off down the back straightaway, down into turn 3 here, all the way down to Nella straightaway. We lead through 3 and 4. They're leaning on each other, racing hard. This is the battle for the race lead with 40 laps to go.
And we got trouble behind them. They're wrecking behind them, and the caution is not out yet. Will they throw a caution? It was just the 8 car getting loose of Dingler, and look at the damage on the 8 machine. And he's going to stall the car, and he's going to go to the pit lane. And oh my goodness, where we needed a caution flag, we're not going to get a caution flag with under 40 laps to go now. This battle goes on for the lead. These 2 cars battling it out because Rucci and Kazi in their own little world. And while that goes on, it is the interval 6 seconds back to LaFrance, 12 seconds back to Berger. And these 2 cars are going to duke it out here as we settle into the home stretch in lap 100 on the board.
Absolutely, and everybody, Matt Rucci has left the building. He is no longer in Las Vegas. He is headed on to the All-Star race next week in flying colors, or into Vegas next week. He's leaving for Vegas a little bit early here as he is pulling away from Joseph Kazi. That car is gone out of here as we work lap 96.
Here they work off of the corner into turn number 1 and 2. This is the battle of the 33s and the 333, if you will. That's Pattengell and Vining in position 19 and 20. And honestly, there's nothing going on around this racetrack. Zachary, I had my fingers crossed. I was hoping that there would have been a caution there when that accident happened with the 8 car Dingler, and unfortunately, it just didn't happen that way. And as we see now, Berger and Peterson comfortably in 4th and 5th. But they just are not gaining ground on the leaders. The leaders are off in to turn number, oh my goodness, I guess what, 3 and 4 right now. They're in their own little world. And here comes those guys off of turn number 2. I mean, so there's the interval. There's the difference.
And that is a major difference. If Connor LaFrance wants any kind of a chance at finishing this race, or even not finishing it, I should say, at winning this race, he's going to need a caution, and we may get it here off the backstretch. This 1 car goes way down low. That's Justin Wilson. They're tracking it off of turn 2.
Yeah, I don't see the caution lights on just yet, as we'll still stay green flag. Wilson gave us a scare there for a moment, but shades of Dingler quickly able to either get back going again or to quickly exit and go back to behind the wall. We still rock and roll. Green flag stays out, and the race rolls on. With still Rucci leading the way. Matt Rucci, the points leader, obviously. Round number 9 here tonight at Vegas. He leads the charge. He's out in front. Causey in second. LaFrance, Berger, Peterson, top 5. And that's the way they stay right now as they work up into turn number 3 and out of 4. Coming up on lap 100 and a couple of more laps. There's the battle for 4th and 5th. That goes on down to turn number 3.
Absolutely, it does, and that is the only battle on the racetrack right now. Everybody else is about 3 seconds away from each other, so let's focus on this one for a little while. Maybe Grant Peterson can do a little bit of something to Jeremy Berger here. He's going to fry the burgers down here in the turn 1.
Rucci still the man out in front as you still see Berger and Peterson go at it. Would you watch Morton, by the way? Morton is closing in. Grant Peterson out of Altoona, Iowa. Altoona, Iowa is where he resides in his Chevrolet. Elite Performance Industries entry of Berger in front of him in the number 2. And the High Point entry Chevrolet trying to close in on Berger. Peterson trying to go inside, trying to go outside. He's got to run. He's trying to cut off that air. Just like at Daytona or Talladega, if you will, Zachary, but it's not super speedway, if you will, racing, but there's drafting, there's air, they're cutting each other off, they're using it to their advantage or disadvantage. As you see now, Morton going for a 2-for-1 special on them to get now in the 4th position.
They're selling a 2-for-1 special down here at the grocery store here in Las Vegas, down here on the strip. He's going to get it. And Morton said, Grant Peterson, I like you, I love you a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take your spot from you, and I'm going to move you back one more. So that puts Baron Morton up in front of both of those cars, and he passed in kind of like they were sitting still. That was pretty much effortless.
Lap 103 of 134. We've got to thank Tucson Sound Art one more time, and we have to step away. When we come back, we will take you to the checkered flag. If something happens, we will break in. As Rucci, Causey, LaFrance, Morton, and Berger, your top 5. The finish from Vegas and L-TAC next.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With Sound Art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound Art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about Sound Art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ancia, your art never sounded so good.
Well, Causey gave us a scare just a moment ago. For those that were joining us, we're back, and we're going to take you to the finish of this race. Let's go to the production truck, and we'll show you what happened during commercial break with Matt Causey in the Abruzzi USA Ford that might have put us under yellow flag for the 3rd time. However, it didn't. Watch this. And still Matt Rucci leading. Watch Causey in the 88 car, and we will we'll get him zigging and zagging through traffic. But we are trying to find the replay here, and we'll show it to you here just a second. Our production guy Mason Heimbaugh doing a great job for Rocket Media Live Sim Racing, and even when we were on commercial here talking about it, Zachary, we literally thought, uh-oh, here comes trouble. and he saves it. And understanding we cannot get a replay of what happened. But anyhow, Zachary, you saw what happened, though.
Yes, I did, and he had that thing 90 degrees sideways, tire smoke up off the corner. I thought that he done spun the car. Absolutely amazing save by him there, and that put him behind Carlo France.
Dirt tracking and saving it, baby, on a Friday night with L-TAC.
And we have ourselves a pit stop. Matt Rucci listened to me whenever it came to the pitch strategy, so I may be stepping out of the broadcast booth and going into crew chiefing next week. Who knows? Matt Rucci comes down pit road in front of Joseph Cossie. That takes away Joseph Cossie's advantage. That should lock up the win, pending no cautions, which I have a feeling will not happen. That should give Matt Rucci the win by a country mile, or should I say a Las Vegas strip.
Unless we get a caution flag, and we might get one of those things, you know, LRC, late race cautions, and that changes everything.
What are
for
they?
Sure. So just hold on to there.
What do they look like? I forgot what a caution flag looked like.
Oh, they're yellow. The Banana Republic flag, it's yellow flag. It's caution, you know, slow down.
Caution, slow down. I've always thought that caution meant go faster. Normally it brings more excitement.
Well, hey, whatever's going on, the 88 of Cossie's off the pace. He's down below the bottom of the racetrack. You got to wonder if he might have flat spotted those tires when he was dirt tracking it earlier when we were on commercial break. And he had to change the tires. 25 laps to go, by the way, under 25 to go here at Las Vegas.
Matt Rucci is a man on a mission. He's going to get 2 in a row, I do believe. He's going to eat good tonight. Las Vegas buffet. Tell you, he's going to pull the Alex Bowman, except he's not backing into this win. The 18 of Kyle Busch cannot say that Matt Rucci backed into this win. He did this one all on his own, pure domination tonight at Las Vegas.
3 wide. Look at this battle going on. Ansi in the back of the pack is, well, this is going on between Sessione and Cossie and lap cars, lead lap cars battling. Usati in this mix. So is also Lapinta, Stone, all going at it for this position, and all the while, these other cars that have just pitted are trying so hard to stay out in front. LaFrance is out in front, and remember, Zachary, he was the driver.
Joseph Cossie!
Uh-oh. We knew it was going to happen eventually. Cossie spins, and the caution's out. We needed it. 21 laps to go. Yellow flag with Cossie spinning. This changes everything. Yellow flag. Here we go. Watch the replay. We'll show you what happened here one more time. Oh, he just turned it in the wall. Oh my goodness.
And that was interesting. Super slow-mo brought to you by LSRTV, your home for sim racing. So we have a caution with 20 laps to go. Joseph Cossie gets sideways off of turn 4, overcorrects into the wall. Boom! Just like the grandma down at the grocery store who can't see 10 feet in front of her, runs into the wall, slides, comes to a stop. He's back up and going now. That car is hurt. That takes away his shot at winning. And we're going to re-rack him. And that caught a lot of the field a lap down there. Connor LaFrance misses his pit box. Doesn't matter. He's still going to have the lead here, I do believe, with fresher tires than Matt Rucci. Unless Matt Rucci pits, Matt Rucci does. So Connor LaFrance hangs on to the lead. And after the earlier misfortune, he's still going to have the lead here.
Yeah, this is, man, this is crazy. How about that, man? First time ever here tonight. Gassione now in 4th, Grado, and they're flip-flopping these spots. 20 laps to go. Since we're under yellow flag, we're going to take another commercial break, and we'll get you settled in for a shootout for the L-TAC Cup Series. This changes everything. Viva Las Vegas. They're going to lay their cards on the table in virtual Spin City. We're back with TAC Cup Series finish of the Tucson Sound Art 200. This is iRacing on LSR TV.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With Sound Art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound Art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about Sound Art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.
Shootout time. Welcome back. Las Vegas to the Tucson Sound Art 200. And this is then to the wire. This is, of course, the Vegas Strip 200. And this battle not over yet. Connor LaFrance is now the new man out in front. And Matt Rucci in second. Greneau third. And I think we're just literally just stirred the pot for some more wild racing. What's the old cliche, Zachary? Cautions breed cautions. I think we're going to see that here coming up on this restart.
Man, you have a lot of faith in that yellow flag.
I do. You had this long green flag run, by the way. I mean, what did they run? Almost close to a 107 laps on a green flag run. I mean, they ran for a while green flag, and you know, we'll settle in here now and get ready for this this shootout, because I think that's exactly what it's going to be. Lights are off on the pace car. Wave arounds being given to some cars. You see them pulling away off in turn number 1 and 2 in the twilight, and now behind the back of the pace car. Hard to believe there's only, what, 7, 8 cars that can fend it out for the win. Everyone else beaten, battered, banged, bruised, bandaged, damaged, or behind the wall, and they're out. And it'll be a 17-lap shootout. Here comes the rest of the pack now from the wave around, reeling in the leaders as LaFrance and that Valvoline number 7. Timing and scoring has him as the 10. Matt Rucci there. Matt Rucci is, of course, the points leader. And coming in from Auto Club, there he is. Followed by Greneau. Gascioni, his debut race in the top 5. That's pretty darn good. Berger as well. Back to the Pennzoil restart zone, and they have waved off the restart. They're going to give them one more lap under caution. We were expecting the green flag here, Zachary, and they're going to give them one more lap.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a hot dog grabber up here against the fence here on the front straightaway. It's been bugging me the last 20-some laps. Had to get that cleared up.
It's Barney the iRacing flagman's fault, okay? He stuck that wrapper there when he was trying to eat earlier.
Well, he dropped some ketchup on the racetrack too, and Joseph Causey actually ran through that.
Okay, that's just taking it too far.
Joseph Causey actually ran through that, so now he spun off of turn 4 because of it. So Barney, man, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to relieve you from your duties following this week. We're gonna have your new guy come in called Blues. It's a better TV show too. Blues Clues is a lot better than Barney. So Barney, we're gonna relieve you. We're gonna bring in Blues. It's gonna be great. As we come off of turn 4,
we're ready to come back for the restart. Is trying to bring this thing back into reeling in before it falls off the handle and the wheels, and we're ready now with a 16-lap shootout. The pace car is in. They're in the Pennzoil restart zone as LaFrance and Rucci, Greneau, Gascione, Berger, top 5, back to speed. 16 remain in Vegas, and it is time to place your bets. They work their way down to turn 1. Virtual Sin City becomes erupt. Here comes Rucci, contact there by Greno. Greno pounds up the middle. He'll now carry some more with him with Gascione and Berger. As that goes on to the back straightaway, LaFrance, the Valvoline machine, to the lead as they work to 3. Battle for the lead to the inside. Greno wants it into 4.
Absolutely, we're rolling dice. I just rolled me some snake eyes, and I believe Connor LaFrance on the outside. He's going to go P1 here off of turn 4. It's him and Tyler Grenade. Side by side, Matt Ritchie goes with Grenade. They work down here into turn 1. Big old hornet's nest coming at us here. 3 wide off of turn 2. Looking to go 3 wide. Matt Ritchie's going to take it 3 wide now. He's going for the 2-for-1 special. We have a caution.
Here's that cautions, break cautions. We got 2 or 3 cars turned around. Dill's one of them in the top 20 up against the fence in the 44. Some other cars involved, and there's a 3-car accident right there around Peterson as well as Norton. Norton got loose, and then Deal had nowhere to go. He hits the fence, gets airborne, comes back down on all fours as he rides up the safer wall barrier on the outside off of turn 2. And the caution will come out again. I called it. I knew it was going to happen here.
Yes, you did. You did call it. And, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call a commentator's curse. Couldn't go green flag the rest of the way. Got to have us about 3-4 more cautions here. It's okay. I'm sure that we may have us a photo finisher. You know, the closest finisher in Las Vegas for the L-TAC Cup Series is .301, I believe it was last time we were here in the playoffs. So if we could get anywhere closer to that, we could say we were part of history tonight, Wesley.
That's right. You're exactly right. As Greno made that move when it counted the most to go to the lead. He got around LaFrance and Rucci. And how about that move on the restart, bud? They stuck it 3 wide, and Greno was like, man, I'm coming through. He was in the top 5 and just came out of nowhere, pounced like a coiled cobra on the prey. Going into turn number 1, licking his chops. He came out with the lead down the Nella straightaway and made that diving move to the 3rd turn. And right before the caution came out, and because the caution did come out, which, by the way, I don't think we're nowhere near the goal, the record of 11 caution flags back in 2021. This is a very, very, I mean, even if we do have more yellow flags, they're nowhere near the record of 11 caution flags from back in 2021 of last year. And a fairly quiet race. We had those caution flags, the first 2 yellow flags in the opening 20 laps of the race when we got started. And then we went into that long green flag run, 2 cycles of green flag pit stops. And then, of course, then the yellow flag came out with under 20 laps to go. And now you settle in, you get it back to green, you go a couple of laps back around, and then you get another yellow. And honestly, Zachary, I don't think we're done yet. I think this is just the cause for the course.
Yeah, I believe that we may have 3 or 4 more here. We've had these guys, you know, hey, now everybody's got a decent shot to win. Everybody's on an equal shot to win. It's go time. We're in Las Vegas. Why don't you want to win in Sin City, baby? Come on, bring it on.
Greno out in front, leading. LaFrance in 2nd. Rucci in 3rd. Gascione. How about this, Zachary? Gascione, first time racing on the L-TAC Cup Series, the native out of Rhode Island, and he sits in the top 5 for Austin Gascione. What a run debut for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that top 5, don't think that's a fluke. He has really worked hard tonight. He had that earlier pit road penalty where he had to come down again under a green flag pit stop, put him about a lap and a half, 2 laps down. He's made his way back up here under pretty much all green flag conditions, and has now found himself in the top 5. That's probably a car that's if he was able to do all that, I would not question if he's able to win the whole thing tonight.
Ready now to settle this in. By the way, don't forget, coming up, if you people are watching at home the L-TAC Cup Series and you want to get involved in the Truck Series, we also have in L-TAC currently recruiting the new Wednesday night Truck Series. Sessions are going to be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on a weekly basis. It'll run for 25 weeks, and that will run alongside, coinciding with the Cup Series. Perform well in the trucks, and then, of course, you get an invite to move up to what you're watching tonight, the Tucson Sound Art 200 with the Vegas Strip 200 and the L-TAC Cup Series on Friday evenings. To sign up, go to the L-TAC Racing League Truck Series page on iRacing or contact Nolan Rempel today. I'm going to put that out there, Zachary.
And Nolan has done an absolutely fantastic job with these guys, has he not? He has put us together one of the best leagues on iRacing here. And if you like what you just read it off. Obviously, that truck series, I tell you, I've watched a couple of their races here recently, and those guys, they get after it. They get up on the wheel and they drive those trucks, so you definitely want to be a part of that. Lights on the pace.
Lights are off on the pace car, are off, and we are going to try this again here as Greneau and LaFrance ready to bring them back to green. Rucci and Gassioni fourth, row 2, row 3, Berger and Peterson. Row 3, row 4, Brogdon and Morton. Row 4, row 5, Pattengill and Green. Top 10, Musati, Stone. Row 6, row 7, LaPinta, Purcell. Row 8, Flores, Causey, all the way in the back for Causey. He's got to do something to get back up there again. Springer, Vining, row 9, Wilson and Deal, who just are some of the cars that brought out the caution a moment ago. Row number 10, 20. As the field will get ready to go back to the Pennzoil restart zone. Zachary, we got a shootout, buddy. It's going to be 10 laps to go. Would you have it any other way?
Absolutely, and let's roll those dice. Let's play the cards right here in Las Vegas. We're going down here on the front stretch. Getting ready, Barney, the virtual flag man's got the green flag in hand. Get ready to turn these guys off. The front row, both looking for their first career win, and they fire off. Greneau, big lead here. Matt Rucci pushing him. LaFrance has got Gassoni and his first career start all over his back bumper down here into turn 1.
Barney Milton, 5 junior, throwing the green flag, the double open hands, and 10 to go as they work down the back straightaway. Greneau out in front, Rucci in second. LaFrance to third. How long will that last, though, as now battling going on between Rucci and LaFrance. This allows Greneau to pull away to the line. 9 to go this time by as they work off turn 4. Trouble, car sideways, Norton goes sideways, Morton spins into the pack, slams the inside of the outside safer wall barrier. Everyone else bobs and weaves like boxers inside a squared circle to get around him, and it's only Morton collected. The 9 car, heavy damage on the front, junk in his trunk as well from the back, and the caution comes out again with 9 laps to go.
Oh, junk in the trunk indeed. He's got a wheel modified on the front end, getting a lot of air to that right front and left front now, so he shouldn't have any problem. Over
into the bottom of the apron here. Look at everyone else missing him. Did the 11 get help? Yes, a little bump there from the 11. And that just sent Morton into the outside safer wall barrier. He plows the concrete. Then you see all the damage from the front to the rear. He's going southbound in a northbound lane. And all of a sudden, there you see the car now come to a rest as the caution comes out for the 9 of Morton.
And that's going to put his chances of winning tonight in the can. So he'll hope.
And we're under yellow again, mind you. 8 laps to go.
That's our 5th caution. I'm starting to think that we may get 6 here.
I don't know. And what is the rule? Is it 2 attempts at a green white checker? Do they 3 attempts at a green white checker? So they'll try to re-rack and restack them 3 times for a restart if need be.
Absolutely. And Greneau, he had a really good fire off last time. If he can get one more restart like that, this race may be his to lose. LaFrance kind of got caught sleeping there, so LaFrance, he's going to have to really get up on that wheel here and focus up. Have hyper focus, if you will, on the restart and try to stay on the outside of LaFrance or of Greneau and take the lead from him here in 1 and 2. Those 2 guys are looking for their first career win, the likes of the 7 car and the 81 car. Or on your timing and scoring, it'd be the 10 car. They're both looking for their first career win, and I believe Jeremy Berger may be as well, but do not quote me on that.
Don't forget, at the conclusion of this race, we will decide the Souza Media driver of the race. Auto Club Speedway was the driver, Matt Ricci, and Matt Ricci currently now sitting in the 6th position. Matt Ricci there in the Ally number 48 machine. Who will be the Souza Media driver of the race? We'll decide that here at the conclusion of tonight's race here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Tyler Greneau leading, Connor LaFrance in second, Jeremy Berger third, followed by Austin Gascioni, Grant Peterson in the top 5, Matt Ricci, followed by Jeff Brogdon, Robert Pattengale, Kyle Green, and Kyle Stone, the top 10, as we're full field rundown with 7 laps to go here at Auto Club. Stone is going to be, Morton's going to be 11th, Musati 12th, LaPinta 13th, Causey in 14th, Purcell 15th, Flores is 16th, Springer 17th, Vining 18th, Wilson 19th, and Deal the top 20. The other cars that are out of the race are badly damaged in the pits, multiple laps down, include Chad Hodges, Ryan Dingler, and Hunter Thrower. There has been a total of course, 5 caution flags now in this race, as we have 7, now make it 6 laps to go, and the lights are still on the pace car as we still are under yellow flag, Zachary.
Absolutely, and we're going to go to break here. Whenever we return, we're going to bring you to the finish of the L-TAC Cup Series. Stay tuned to your home for sim racing, LSRTV. We got to do a quick commercial break.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
6 laps to go. It'll be 5 laps to go when they work their way back through the Pennzoil restart zone. The lights will go off on the pace car, and we will settle it out again. Welcome back after our 5th yellow flag to the Tucson Sound Art 200. Of course, in Wesley Outland, we have Mr. Zachary Taylor alongside Mason Heimbaugh and Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow, and Rocket Media LSR TV Productions giving you this broadcast coverage of round number 9 of the L-TAC Cup Series. As right now, Greneau, the man leading the way in the Mobile 1 entry, out in front. The Valvoline colors of LaFrance is in 2nd spot. Berger in 3rd in the Elite Performance entry. Then, of course, you have Gascioni, and a nice run for him in his debut tonight in the yellow and black 16 machine. Peterson looking comfortable in the top 5, along with Ricci now climbing back into the top 6. Brogdon, Pattengale, Green, and Morton, the one that just brought out the caution flag, the top 10. Here's a stat as we get ready to come back to green and 4 laps to go. Zachary, almost every car has in some shape or form been involved in an accident or has sustained damage in this race, except maybe, no, everybody. Remember LaFrance Greneau, they got together. We had Ricci and Causey get together. Every car you could think of in this race has gone through the battles here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matt Ricci and Causey, they were through the front stretch grass here, mowing the lawn as pace car is off, and Tyler Greneau, big push from Jeremy Berger there. Holy cow!
Yeah, he gave him a big shove and helped him pull out in front, and this is 4 laps to go. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If this would have been a super speedway race, he would have been just obviously ran back down by the time they got to the super stretch, but this is not the case. You actually get up to full song very quickly. The RPM shoot up fast in these cars instead of taking a lap or 2 to get to the speedway restrictor plate races. To the line, 3 laps to go. Ooh. It is Berger to the lead now as the under attack is Greneau. Greneau's in trouble. He spins, and the caution is out again. Trouble wrecking in the trioval. Greneau goes spinning. So does other cars of Stone and more, and the caution is out with 3 laps to go. This is going to set up overtime number 1, and Berger now is the leader in the 2 car. We watched the replay, Zachary, to see where it went south for the 81.
Absolutely, and this is in your super slow motion, brought to you by our producer Mason Heimbach over there. He's doing a great job down in the production booth tonight. And Grenard, wow, he saved it. Then the car gets down there on the apron, gets out of the rubber, locks it down. Good job keeping it off of everything. Just lets the car spin, does the smart thing. Lets it spin down through pit road. Everything is okay. Yes.
Yeah, he hits the cone there. If you look at Greno, and he got into the cone, and man, that's a tough break. And in the lead, from the penthouse to the outhouse, if you will, there, Zachary.
That's for sure. And Jeremy Berger has not won a race in 61 races. So
Man, what heartbreak.
He's a man on a mission here. Jeremy Berger is, that is. Tyler Grenard, that first win's gonna have to wait for another day.
Yeah, that's heartbreak for him, man. I'm telling you what. We're going to now see another driver up at the front. As there you see Berger, the Elite Performance Industries Media #2. Man. Could he be the guy that pulls the upset of the race?
That would be.
Look where he's at right now.
That would most certainly be an upset and a half if Jeremy Berger can win this race. Or how about Connor LaFrance?
Oh, yeah.
After being towards the back, well, not towards the back, after running up front earlier, competing for the lead, he has a shot here, and look at who is in fourth. After
anything can happen. Jeremy Berger out in front, Connor LaFrance, Grant Peterson, Austin Gassione now, Matt Rucci in the top 5. You put him back in the catbird seat again. Brogdon had problems earlier in the Tabasco colors. He's now up there. A good points day for Kyle Green. Robert Pattengale, Anthony Musati, Kyle Stone in the top 10. Any of these guys, if they could just be in the right place at the right time, they could take advantage of it. I mean, and nobody's safe. You just saw what happened to Greno. He was literally in the top spot. He was leading the way, came off the corner, off of turn 4, had some help, and obviously shifted back, and then he lost control of his car. And you can take that Cinderella story away now from the Mobil 1 number 81 machine, but now you've got another opportunity. And I still am so, man, props going to Gassione. First time in the L-TAC Cup Series here at Las Vegas, the driver from Rhode Island. And honestly, Zachary, what a great drive. Let's show his car real quick. Give him some love. The black and yellow number 16 Chevrolet accessories entry. And look at this, the ChevyLiners.com Camaro doing a phenomenal job, hanging into the top 5. And the car's in one piece. He's had some problems earlier, but he stuck the game out, Zachary, and he's at the home stretch.
Yes, he has, and I touched on it earlier. He has definitely done an amazing job tonight to stay in there, and that's the definition of never quitting. He has not gave up on his race, and look at where he stands. A very decent shot to win this race now.
So we're getting ready for overtime. And we'll explain it to you very quickly. Here it is. There's be 3 attempts. There's 3 attempts at a green-white checker, okay? The leader takes the green flag. They come back around. If a caution comes out before they take the white, they'll re-rack them, restack them, they'll go again. Third time, they will. If a caution comes out before the white on the 3rd attempt, the field is frozen based on time of caution, just like real NASCAR competition, and the field is unofficially set with the results. Now, if they take in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd attempt the white flag, if the white flag comes out, if they take that CRN 1 to go, and the white flag comes out, the race is considered official. They will race back to the checkered flag, wreckers or checkers. Bottom line, Thackeray, the lights are off on the pace car. If we take the white flag, they're racing back to the finish. And we've seen some wild finishes this week at Daytona for the Cup and Truck Series that just shows you it's not over until they get to the start-finish line.
Absolutely. That is exactly correct. Much unlike real life NASCAR here, we cannot see the caution flag on the white flags. After they do see that white flag, we know the next flag we see is the checkered flag.
That's right.
So no matter what, this race will finish under green flag conditions unless we use all 3 overtimes.
First attempt of 3, forthcoming here. As Berger is the man ready to steal the upset here in Sin City. LaFrance patiently on the outside. Peterson, Gascioni, followed by Rucci and Pattengale. Phil to work their way back to the Pennzoil restart zone. Shootout number 1. Attempt number 1 of 3. This is overtime here in the Tucson Sound Art 200. Green flag goes back in the air. It's going to be Berger getting a big jump over everybody. Peterson, a 3-car battle now. LaFrance, Rucci, Gascioni going at it in 1.
And Jeremy Berger's got a big car lead, 2 car lengths, making 3 car lengths now off of turn 2. He's powering down the back straightaway now, making 4 car lengths. Jeremy Berger leads Grant Peterson down here into turn 3. Peterson looking back to the inside. He's trying to make up a little bit of that gap. It's Jeremy Berger through 3 and 4. He's going to have about a 5 car lengths lead off of turn 4. He's looking for the white flag. Barney, get your arm ready.
Whoa, trouble! Trouble going around is going to be Rucci going around. The caution's out. They never took the white flag, and they're crashing behind them. Grucci just got a punt in the pants from somebody. That is Greno again. Second verse, same as the first, but maybe worse, as Greno gets tore up and more contact by Grucci's car. Caution is out, and we will go for a second attempt. This race not over. They did not take the white flag. Look at this, how close it was. The lights were triggered, the caution lights were on, and Zachary, we will re-rack them and restack them, and look at Greno slam into the passenger right side of the machine of Rucci's car. And for Matt Rucci, this is heartbreak because not only was he one of the top dogs of the night, he was also the man leading the points going into tonight's race at Vegas.
Yes, and he had a seriously fast car tonight. And I blame myself. Commentators curse. I said that he had to race 130 laps ago. So, obviously that was not correct. As we stop here, it looked like we may have been under a brief red flag condition there as we waited for the pace car. And I could have swore that we'd already taken the white flag whenever that caution came out.
No, I don't think it's the case. You already see timing and scoring, and it is already showing that we're going to reset again here. 3 laps to go. Second attempt coming up for this restart. Remember, I don't know if we can show this to you again, and I don't know if we can show Mason a start-finish line camera view or a speed shot from the flag stand, and maybe we can kind of panoramic for you there. From that angle, but if you look at the 88, or the 48 of Matt Rucci, when he got spun, he was literally spinning the wrong direction. They had already cut on the caution lights, the yellow flag even popped on our ticker, and the decision is that they're going to do a second attempt here. Let's watch this one more time. See, the lights are already on.
And I've got it down the frame.
So I'm seeing, all right, let's go back. Can we go and rewind real? Let's go back to, let's rewind right there. All right, now do slow-mo. We're going to slow-mo it for you here. Leaders have already crossed. He took the white, and then the flagman threw the yellow. Right there. So the flagman is throwing the yellow flag. The caution lights might have already been displayed. Obviously, you know it's quicker for the yellow lights to be displayed than it is before the caution flags wave. So
the caution lights did not come on until Jeremy Berger had already came out of the troval. He was coming out of the troval, and the green light was still on.
Wow. Well, it's not our call. We're just in the broadcast booth. But the decision is here. We're going to re-rack, go again here for an attempt number 2. This is the 7th caution flag of the race, mind you. We've had 4 cautions, 3 within the last 10 laps of one another. And obviously, we started off with only 2 yellow flags, almost a 100-lap green flag run. just before 20 laps remaining, under 20 to go, caution coming out. And then we had another succession of 4 more yellow flags since then. And this is going to be overtime number 2. You know, Zachary, I guess we're going to re-rack them and go again. You might want to say Berger might have got cheated out of that win there.
If Jeremy Berger doesn't win this race, you could definitely say that. That's interesting, to say the least, that iRacing allowed that to happen.
Well, the lights are off on the pace car, and we are going to try this again. This is from the aerial view here of iRacing on LSRTV. Zachary Taylor and myself, Wesley Allen, ready to bring this one to the finish. Awesome work by Mason Hambaugh on the production here for Rocket Media and Live Sim Racing. By the way, hard to believe, Live Sim Racing TV going on a decade of iRacing coverage in 2022. Just something that we were thinking about the other day. And of course, there was a special logo and insignia to promote that for 10 years of iRacing coverage and broadcasts on your home for sim racing. Live Sim Racing TV, one of the premier broadcast partners of the iRacing brand. The Sim 500 Cup Series, the Northwest Cup and Truck, they're back in swing again. The Power I-410 non-wing sprints, the main sim racing series. You've got Nazareth Truck Series. You've got the going on tonight. You've got L-TAC. You've got the Majors Garage, Major Series events also on Live Sim Racing. So we're excited for all the cool things to come. Lights are off. We're coming to the green flag. This is attempt number 2. Remember, if they take the white, well, we thought they took the white. They rewinded and started it over again, Zachary. So we'll try this again. Green flag in the air. And this is the second attempt at overtime here in the Tucson Sound Art 200. Berger, great jump on the lead on Peterson. Gascione. Here comes now LaFrance looking for third as they work off turn 2 to Lanella straightaway.
LaFrance looking for third. He's going to take third. Now he's going to look to the inside of Grant Peterson. We're kind of fanning out down here down the backstretch. That's Kyle Green with Anthony Massotti pushing him. It's a 5-car breakaway for the lead now. Make that 6. Anthony Massotti clears for 6. Connor LaFrance looks to the inside of Grant Peterson. Grant Peterson goes down to cover. White flags in the air, and we have another spin, but this time they got it.
They spin in the grass. It's down below the apron. They'll say this is it. Play on, boys. White flag of the air. Final time around. Berger brings them to the CRN. 1 to go. Out in front. Peterson back straight away. Car zigging and zagging down into turn number 3. Gascione now battles with Mussotti. Well, that goes on. Berger gets some contact from Peterson, and he doesn't back away. Now contact made with LaFrance and Peterson. Berger, they're crashing. Gascione's crashing, and Green's going to steal one here in Las Vegas. Coming out of nowhere as they crash across the finish line. It's going to be number 18 of Green. Kyle Green unofficially beating Brogdon, Mussotti, Causey, and Berger at the line as the front pack exploded coming off of turn number 4. They were throwing haymakers and block bombers on Berger. Berger would not be denied. Kyle Green is going to win here. He led 1 race, 1 lap. And Zachary, it's the most important one of them all. And the white flag lap of the number 18 Toyota wins here at Las Vegas in the Tucson Sound Art 200.
Oh, wow. That is a loss of words. What a place to be for Kyle Green. Holy cow, that is. Wow, talk about some Las Vegas luck. That was amazing. Awesome job there, Kyle Green.
What a job, Kyle Green. Can we show the last lap one more time? Let's go on board with the 18 of Green and watch this one more time around here. I guess this is going to be at under the caution of the pace car here. I guess is, what are we looking at? Is this before? Oh, this is, okay. We're going to go back a little bit further here. So we're going to speed this up here a little bit. We're going to come to the last lap. Look at this coming off the corner. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, look at this. Here you see on Kyle Green's version, perfect opportunity to win. How about let's ride on board with, obviously, Berger. Berger attacked on the back straightaway. He was throwing blockers, throwing bombs on everybody coming after him. And then all of a sudden, you just knew that there was going to be contact made here. Look at this on board with Berger. And you see him loose. He fights the car. He fights it again. Then he gets turned in the corner as, man, the 10 got into him, or the 7 car did. That was LaFrance, Causey, all these guys fighting and battling for position, and this is the end result here tonight. When it's all said and done, unofficially, Kyle Green, winner tonight of the race. Let's give you your unofficial results of tonight's event, as they'll pop up here on the screen real quickly. There it is, Kyle Green, the winner. Jeff Brogdon is second. Anthony Musati with problems earlier. How about the Tabasco car? Problems earlier. Causey, problems earlier. Comes back and finishes in the top 5 and 4th. Jeremy Berger crashing across the start-finish line. Leading off turn 4, comes in 5th at the checkered flag. Connor LaFrance also there in 10th. Patton Gale, Stone, Matt Rucci, Grant Peterson, the worst of that, where battling, falling all the way back in the top 10 here at Las Vegas.
P11 is going to go to Austin Gasuni, crashing across the line. He had an amazing race, though. Tyler Granol comes back to finish 12th after a couple of wrecks. Mario LaPenta, 13th. Stephen Purcell, 14th. James Finning, 15th. Justin Wilson, 16th. Richard Springer, 17th. Frank Flores, 18th. Baird Moore, 19th. Sean Dill rounds out your top 20. Chad Hodges, 21st. Ryan Dingler, 22nd. And to round out the field, in 23rd, Hunter Thrower.
And the rest of the rundown, of course, there, as we mentioned, the rundown of those 23 drivers. All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to step aside for just a moment with the Sound Art Tucson L-TAC Cup Series. We're going to let Mr. Zachary Taylor grab a word with the top 3, and then I will come back with him very soon and wrap things up for our broadcast coverages again. When it's all said and done, Kyle Green wins a wild one here in the L-TAC Cup Series, Las Vegas Strip 200. It did not disappoint. Man, what a fun time. When it's all said and done, we'll grab a word with Kyle Green, Jeff Brogdon, Anthony Musati, all coming up. This is iRacing on LSRTV, the L-TAC Cup Series at Las Vegas, and post-race interviews in a moment.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses.
Alright, I'm going to switch back over to
Introducing
this since I'm
SoundArt,
unmuting
the
here.
world's first truly customizable, concealed,
So I'm gonna
flat
stay
panel
here in
art
the
speaker
TeamSpeak.
system. A revolutionary combination
you
of
guys
incredible
finish,
sound
then
delivered
we'll
from
come
your
back
most
here and
meaningful
wrap it up.
pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you
Oh, God.
close.
Yeah.
With SoundArt, anyone can print their own artwork
All right,
or
I'm
pick
gonna
from
run quick
numerous
here,
licensed
like I
artwork
talked
that we
about
have.
earlier.
The possibilities
Thank
are
you,
limitless.
sponsors. We're done. I'm going to ask, what
Enjoy
question to Kyle
beautiful
Green?
and
How
amazing sound
did he
throughout
make it
your
through
home.
that?
The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
Right. I
We're
got you.
using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about sound art,
10-4.
that you could just pair it.
I got a couple of
and play.
questions for him.
Poncia,
I had questions
your
signed
art
up for
never
Matt
sounded
and
so good.
Joseph, but you know. And welcome back to your post-race coverage of the Tucson Sound Art Cup Series in the L-TAC Racing League. We're wrapping up our production of the L-TAC Cup Series here, sponsored by Tucson Sound Art here from Las Vegas. As we have our post-race interviews now with your top 3 finishers. Unfortunately, Jeff Brogdon can't be here. Instead, we're going to have Anthony Musati and Kyle Green in here. First off, we're going to start with Anthony Musati. Mr. Musati, let us know how your race went. How did your race go, and how'd you wind up in P3 tonight?
I have no idea how I wound up here. That's that was kind of crazy finish right there.
It was most certainly a very crazy finish. And take us through that last lap. You know, you went into the last lap. I'm not quite sure exactly where you were sitting at, but you came out of it. You came out of it in a pretty good position. How did you avoid all that chaos off the corner to finish P3?
I have no idea. I was dirt tracking it through 3 and 4, and I was super loose. And it just, by the time I got there, it just kind of, the sea had spread at that point.
Absolutely. And was there anything in this race that kind of stuck out to you? Is this one of those races that was just right place, right time, or did you have a feeling that you were going to have a pretty good result tonight?
Now, I was expecting to finish probably like in the 10th area, somewhere on there. The cars just was really loose for me tonight. It was a handful.
Absolutely. Well, let us know who makes this car go faster every week. Who is it that puts what kind of sponsors do you have to thank out there, and who's the guys back at the shop that's supporting you on here?
Well, I want to thank Badger Racing, all my teammates, Grant, Ryan, Holden. Those guys, they help everybody out. Oh, and Rucci. They can't give about Rucci, the guy that's fast every week. But also Quick Pits and Pro Cup as well.
All right. Well, looking into next week, we look forward to Phoenix. How do you feel about Phoenix, and how are you feeling that you will do? How will you fare at Phoenix? Do you think you can go 2 spots up and possibly grab the win next week?
Oh, I think it just all depends on how I feel with the car. Every track that we go to, this car is just, it's a handful. And you're driving the car with the track versus driving, everybody else around you. So we'll see how it goes next week. Get some practice this week, and hopefully we can come out with the dub.
Absolutely. We'll get you a good long weeks of sleep. A good long week of sleep. Get rested up. We'll see you in Phoenix, out there in the desert. And great race tonight. And I cannot wait to see what you can do the rest of the season. Good race tonight, man.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
And that was Anthony Masada, your third place finisher tonight. And now we get to talk to our race winner, Kyle Green, who really had a kind of a quiet race, comes out on the top. Kyle, walk us through your race and walk us through that last lap more specifically. I want to focus on turns 3 and 4. Man, it's like right place, right time, and you are the cat in the cradle tonight. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, through the beginning of the race, we decided to go with the fuel strategy. After last week, I barely made it to the finish, so we wanted to go with a different strategy this week, and I ended up getting caught by a caution a lap down. Got my lap back, and then right there at the end, I think I was racing for like 4th or 5th, and I was just looking to the inside, and they started crashing. My spotter, Steven, was telling me, go low, go low. So I just kept it low, and I just seen the seas part in front of me. And then I got the win, I guess. I'm pretty excited.
I would be too, man. You're in Las Vegas. No better track than to try a different strategy at than the likes of Las Vegas. Now, you touched on that different strategy. Is this going to be a weekly strategy for you, what you tried tonight, or is this kind of like a one and done thing?
Normally we don't go crazy with our strategies. I just try and be as fast as I can. But like I said last week, it really came back and bit me. I really didn't have no gas, and I almost lost third there. But so we just kind of wanted to do something different outside of the box, and of course caution came and bit us. But we ended up getting our lap back, so it worked out. But it might be something we might be looking into in some future races. It just kind of depends. It was definitely on Steven's part with the strategy call. So I mean, I think it was going to work out for us if the caution never came out. So we would have been right up front, but it just took a little bit longer than what we wanted.
Absolutely. And give us your shout outs. Tell us who makes that car go faster every week, and then run us down the next week in the life of you, and how you're looking going into Phoenix. How you're looking at that racetrack and what you plan to do at Phoenix.
Yeah, I just want to thank my team, DSR, my sponsors, Library Gentlemen's Club this week for being on the car for Vegas. and Steven at Recluse Paints for making all the paints. Next week at Phoenix, I'm normally not too great at Phoenix, but I think with this new car, it kind of suits my driving style there a little bit better. So hopefully I'm looking to do good there. So hopefully I'll be able to put it up front there again. So hopefully I'll be right up there.
All right. Well, Amazing Race tonight comes out on top. That's the likes of Kyle Green. He has a really fast race car. Kyle, have a great week ahead of you, and we'll be seeing you in Phoenix where hopefully you'll go 2 in a row. And that was Kyle Green. As now I introduce my lead commentator tonight, Wesley Outland, back into the booth. Wesley, Amazing Grace tonight at Phoenix. Tonight at Las Vegas. What did you like? What did you not like? And how you looking going into Phoenix?
Yeah, it was a exciting event, obviously, and it was fun to watch all these drivers going at it, battling here. It was a fun race. It was intense. And again, as we said, that last lap, you never know what's going to happen down the stretch here. And when it's all said and done, of course, you know, as we always say, the race is never over until that checkered flag falls. We thought we had an incident where they were coming to the white flag. We thought maybe Berger, and I would love to get the thoughts of Berger right now. Unfortunately, we're not going to, but we re-rack, we go again, second time, and Kyle Green's there in the right place at the right time, capitalizes, and gets a big win. Last lap, he leads. That's the only lap you need to lead is the big race, the final lap, the white flag lap. And now we pack it up and we get ready for the All-Star race at Phoenix Raceway with the dog leg. They just announced the updates to that track in the Week 13 update this past Tuesday. Man, I kind of despise not being here next Friday night because it's looking like it's going to be a pretty exciting race there, Zachary. But, man, thanks for having me come in tonight and join you guys. And a fun race, fun time, and congratulations to Kyle Green on being in the right place at the right time. And I will say this, the Sousa Media of the Race Award, in my opinion, I don't know if we have any say in that on votes. Obviously, you can throw your name out there as well. I want to say Kyle Green, but honestly, I got to give props to the driver of Austin Gascione. First time in the race in the series. I know he got caught up in this wreck at the end. He was literally going to have a solid top 5 finish. He was in the top 3. My Sousa Driver Media of the Race Award winner, in my opinion, would go to Austin Gascione, who finished 11th.
Absolutely. You cannot disagree there. Austin had an absolutely stellar race. First time in the series, has a green flag pit road penalty, manages to come back up and finish inside, and finish what I thought he finished inside the top 10. It says here he finished 11th in final timing and scoring. That is very interesting. So Austin, a very, very, very fast car tonight. I think he's going to be somebody we're going to have to really look for every week here. I think he's probably going to be around here for a little while, and I think we're going to be hearing that name a whole lot more through the coming weeks.
Well, it's been a fun time, and of course, as always, the L-TAC Racing League will invite you, thanks to Tucson Sound Art. Don't forget, coming up on Wednesday nights will be the L-TAC Truck Series, and of course, that's a 25-week schedule. Next week, it's on to Phoenix Raceway for the All-Star Race, and other events coming up on the schedule after Phoenix include the Autodromo Nacional Monza Grand Prix. That'll be a fun one at the new Roval 125, the Monza in the new Roval, Twin Wing Motegi in Japan, the Rockingham, all coming up on the L-TAC Racing League. Got some road courses coming up very soon. We're looking forward to it as always. Follow us at livesimracingtv.com and, of course, L-TAC Racing League on the iRacing coverage at LSRTV, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, of course, awesome work by everyone at the production truck, including Charles Wooten, Jeff Stabnow, and our director, producer tonight in Mason Hamba. For, of course, the man in the booth working alongside tonight, Zachary Taylor. Our thoughts and prayers are still with our colleague and friend, John Mustian Jr. And hopefully we can get him back in the booth soon. He's got some family things going on, family emergency and a funeral, and he's continually in our thoughts and prayers. I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Kyle Green, winner tonight in a wild shootout off the last turn in the Vegas Strip 200. Be good to one another. Thank you for watching. This is iRacing on LSR TV. Good night.